Once there was a man in the darkest of caves trying to find his way out. He came across an odd feeling as he stepped on some solid rocks. To have a better look, he lighted a fire and soon found out that they were not actual rocks. Instead, they were bones ripped out of human flesh. He followed with no light in sight and soon heard loud thumps and cracks, only to find that two barbaric men were fighting each other blindly in the dark. Tension between two countries today is considered to be a Cold War. When we hear that word, we all get a glimpse of a time when two powerful nations were ready to annihilate each other over some ill-fated reckless power, cultivating neither an inferiority nor a superiority complex can benefit any society, let alone any nation. With that, a question comes to mind that will there always be a Cold War? Or rather, was there always some sort of tension between two parties or two powerful tribes or two nations? Ever since the age of time, our ancestors, their ancestors, and even we all have formed unionized groups for ourselves called tribes with our own beliefs and following. In ancient times, during trade, tribes and even civilizations had a partnership which hung by a thin thread. In yester centuries, the formation of cities into states into nations have invoked a rising tension between more than two parties over economic issues, causing a bloodbath for a little power over the rest. A few months ago, an article was posted on the WTO website suggesting lower global trade growth as trade tensions still persist. Economic interdependence among major powers has been under radar and constant check, but it seems that it might be insufficient to prevent a future conflict. Due to major countries opting to reduce their dependence on other nations, it leads to them having more freedom of action to pursue their own interest. As it was in the ancient times that basically all the conflicts of belief had a lot to do with different cultures and different religions being followed, coincidentally today that still remains as a conflict and is working as a constantly increasing burning fuel for the political ideologies. Political tension as a whole have always been present. As we all know that one of the main reasons for the happening of the Cold War was because of the political tension between the Soviet Union and the United States. In a world where we all have learned by heart how to actually smile and pose for a relationship of a so-called mutual understanding, maybe for once we need an actual understanding that the darkest of nights are always followed by the brightest of lights. I think that's what we need, a fellowship of not ideologies, but of understanding, and order in the midst of our 24/7 chaos. Then I think that those three men in the cave can truly be the brightest of light in the darkest of cave. Then and only then can they have an actual truce, a mutual agreement of peace, and find the way to come out of the cave united.